Angie, this is take 2 of my video. I hope it uploads. I'm trying to upload on the 27th, Thursday. I know it's technically Friday the 28th now, so happy Friday. I find the whole, oh my god, sorry, it is really late and I am not very here, like I'm very tired. I've been spending my week cleaning and packing. I'm going back to school tomorrow, technically, Saturday. And I'm very excited and very nervous. I've been in classes since December. So it'll be interesting, it'll be hard, but it'll be exciting for me. I know for you, you're like counting down the days until your semester's over, whereas I'm counting down the days till I get to start my next quarter. It's a little funny, I guess, but that's where I'm at. I'm really sorry that your group project was frustrating, but I find you looking into nerd culture really interesting. And I do think that there should be more of a distinction between gender and sex. It's something that, like, I never really considered before taking a lot of gender studies courses, where, like, they really do a finite distinction between the two. And it's really important to, I think, especially in the sort of field you're looking into, because it really does make a difference, I think, at times. But more than that, I think it's really frustrating just hearing about the fact that there is lots of literature, but that they still have this sort of base stereotype, which exists still, but not in the same way. So I think that you're right, there should be sort of like an update of nerd identity and what it means, because I think nerd identity is really difficult to define, because it is so vast and there's a lot of different elements to it. So like you and I have talked about like proclaimed nerds, so people who advertise themselves as nerds. But I think there's more than that to it, more to it than that. There's also people who are very nerdy in a way and participate in the nerd culture in terms of watching things. Like Game of Thrones, I even think does have this really deep following. Like I went to Indiana Comic-Con and one of the stars in that show, Arya Stark, was there, and there was hundreds and hundreds of people there to see her. And I think it is one of those new cult shows that is really nerdy in a lot of ways, and it does have this very I don't know what the word I'm looking for. It invokes a lot of classical themes. Basically, it borrows a lot of tropes and outlines, basically, of Roman history, more or less. But it also incorporates this sort of like mystical realm. Mystical realm, which is what appeals so much. But like, there's like millions, I think, of people. I don't know if there's actually millions. There's at least thousands of people who religiously read and follow Game of Thrones. But those are, like, not everybody, I guess this is me making a stereotype, but I'm going to. And not everybody who watches Game of Thrones, per se, would consider themselves a nerd. And I think that's what the major problem, perhaps, of you doing your master thesis on this would be, is that you are going to have to make such a strict distinction. And, like, making that distinction verbally is fine, like, oh, I only want proclaimed nerds, but then, like, looking at it statistically and then, like, more on, like, a person-by-person case, I think would be much more difficult. But, I don't know, let me know what you think. Maybe I'm just coming up with random theories early in the morning, late at night, whichever it is. But I'm going to bed, so good night, and DFTBA. Happy Friday.